Go, hit live. Oh, we're
No,
live.
you're going live. You're going first.
No, we are. We are live.
Yeah.
This is
You
it.
do the
It's on.
What up, Brett? Good morning.
What's going
Brett
on?
from California?
California knows how to party out here. We're out in California.
No idea where Sonny is today. He's probably swimming with Chad, doing some other things. I wore my NC State.
Oh, you got an NC State top. What'd you wear that for?
Yeah. Oh, for Sophie Hansson's going to join us today. Talk a little bit about her 4th ACC championship in the 100 breaststroke. 3rd woman ever to break 57 seconds. And we have her right here, actually.
Sophie, what's up?
Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
What's going on?
That was a smooth intro, Nate. Very smooth. I like that.
Thank you.
I like your shirt.
Oh yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, Braden and Todd, gave it to us. So you're fresh off ACCs, where we got to we had the pleasure of watching NC State, obviously, and UVA go at it again. It's probably been the best, duel between two teams we've seen in a long time. It just keeps getting better. And of course, your dramatic win in the 100 breaststroke, which I'd like to watch if you have a minute. I'd like to watch that with you.
Yeah.
Because I put this out on Twitter. I said one of the races you got to watch tonight is Sophie versus Alexis in the 100 breaststroke at ACCs. And then I retweeted that tweet later after the finals, and so many people responded and said, "How did she actually touch first?" Because angle from the video, you're like, "Huh? It didn't." You just, I guess, the last 5 yards. We'll watch it. Let's do it. Okay.
Watch it.
Share screen here. Almost pulled up the 200 breaststroke.
It's too long.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, someone heat sheet.
Yeah, it's great.
Go full screen. I want to see.
Is that full screen?
I mean, is it? Okay. I'm going to make my screen bigger.
Here.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's it.
All right, Sophie, they can still hear you. You want to call it? You seem like you're watching very intently, actually.
I have watched it before, but yeah, you can definitely tell that I'm not the best at underwater pullouts, but my strength is definitely above the water. Let's just say that. I'm definitely following my race plan here with like the amount of cycles I was planning on taking. And I remember just like solely focusing on like what I'm doing, and I'm not looking at Alexis once during this race, because I knew it was going to stress me out that she is going to be ahead of me after the pullouts. And I just like trying to tell myself that my strength is the swimming, and at the last lap, that's what it comes down to: who's the best at the last finish part of swimming. So
nice.
I mean, did you just watch this again? Though, I mean, I don't understand. It's like,
oh, that was you behind?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
entire time.
Yeah.
Oh, dang! You got her on the finish. How'd you get that?
Good thing I didn't fix my nails that day.
Yeah, I'm watching this finish again.
Oh wow! So I was just in my head. I'm thinking, oh, she's got this easy. What are you talking about? Like,
yeah,
she's
no,
winning
that's
this.
Alexis.
Oh, that's Alexis. Oh, damn. Sorry about that. Wow, what a finish!
I think I'm waiting for you to take an extra stroke.
Yeah,
And
I
you
mean,
don't?
I learned through all the years that I need to use my height and my lungs arms, and I never try to take that last extra stroke if I'm debating should I not. I know that I have long arms, and I'm just trying to reach for the wall by then.
So keep your head down.
Yeah, keep your head down. Are you like pushing into your glide there? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, exactly. I've done the mistake of taking an extra stroke way too many times, so now I'm just trusting my length instead.
We saw a lot of people at the World Championships even kind of kicking up a little bit. Is there a thought of doing that at the end?
No, it's definitely not, and I'm definitely not a kicker, so, I'm trying to use my arms instead.
Wow. Well, congrats. 4 in a row. That's pretty special, right?
Yeah, no, it was a pretty cool feeling, and after the prelim swim, I knew it was gonna come down to a really fast time at night to be able to, get that title one more time.
Is that a fully rested swim for you, or is that a hard win?
I mean, it's a hard win. It's not a fully tapered, but I'm definitely rested. I would not be going 56 with no
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah. But there's hope that in a few weeks you can actually swim a little faster.
Yeah, definitely. And like looking at this video and analyzing it, like I have so much time to gain in those pullouts. Like just comparing myself to the others,
Mhm.
like it's always been my weakness, and I've been working a lot with it. But there's room for improvements, and it's pretty clear to anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So as a freshman, you went 57.
Hmm.
As a sophomore, you went 57.
Hmm.
As a junior, you went 57. So finally, as a senior now, we've broken 57.
Yes.
What's the biggest change
Mm.
in that time period that finally, like, whatever it was, the strength or what clicked that made that drop?
Mm.
I think it has to do with a lot of things, but especially what I was talking about earlier about how I'm trusting my own stroke and my length and not trying to speed up to my competitors' pace that are way shorter than I am. So, like, actually trusting my length, my power, and we have worked a lot about stroke counts in training every single day. And when I've got the right stroke count in my races, that's when I do the best. So really like trusting my length and the power forward instead of just trying to get the highest rate as possible. If you look at my freshman year and the races that I did then, you will see that I have way more strokes every single lap, but it's not to my benefit at all.
Oh, wow. So you guys have been playing with that pretty hard. Then what's the optimum stroke count for you in the 100?
It's 5 stroke the first, then 7, 7, and 8. And
Wow.
that's what I did both in the prelims at ACCs and the final. And it's a second just there, but I'm still having the exact same stroke counts. So I'm really trying to stay on the same every single time.
Okay, so
Mm.
what about short course meters then? Because we were just in Dubai swimming. Did
Hmm.
you go? Did you go best time in short course meters, 100 breast too,
Oh, yeah.
and the 200, didn't you?
Yeah, no.
Okay, so your stroke count's got to be different, right?
Oh, yeah.
But
It's more.
it's the same thing, right? You're still focusing on that same stuff. Your blinders, your stroke count.
Yeah, no, definitely. I haven't trained as much in short course meter recently since I'm here, obviously. So I don't have the exact amount, but I still trying to work towards the same every day in practice.
Yeah.
Has there been pressure for you over the years, seeing the way breaststroke has progressed or changed or evolved, maybe, or gone in a different direction for you to change with it? Like, has there been this idea of like, I'll shorten up my kick, I'll shorten up my stroke and tempo up more? Has that been a thought?
Not really. I think that out of all the strokes, breaststroke is the one that you need to find what's best for you. I don't think
Right.
there's a general this is the best thing because everyone has different body types, and I think it's the stroke where you can see the most amount of different techniques. And I really believe in finding what's best for you, and that is not an ideal one for everyone. But like you're saying, the kicks are becoming a little smaller and stuff, but my kick has always been one of my strengths, so I'm not trying to make it much smaller because it's actually the one that benefits me from getting that push forward.
Mhm.
So I'm just trying to maximize the power I can get out of it.
Right. Right. Interesting. Now you got a couple of weeks till NCAA's. I want to talk about you and the team in a second, but just in terms of looking beyond that real quickly, you did mention to me a second ago that you're not going to be kind of taking that fifth year option and you are going to be kind of moving back towards Europe somewhere, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. My 4 years here at NC State has been amazing, and I owe a lot of my success to them. However, I do believe in changes and that it is important enable to take the next step in my career, I think I need to change environment. So I'm going back to Europe. Where in Europe is not decided yet, but I have some options.
Your sister has done the same thing recently, made some changes, gone to Europe and had incredible success. You and your sister get along?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, every sister fight once in a while, but
Oh,
But
I know about
you didn't follow her to USC, right? That was, I mean,
yeah.
it's always a big thing when you have a sibling that's already been there. Almost always they come along.
Yeah.
Even when I swam, I had 2 sets of Swedish brothers, and then their little brothers both came and swam with us also. So, why did you choose NC State over Southern California?
I mean, people have always loved to compare the two of us, in media and just in like
Life.
made sense stuff. Yeah, in life.
Yeah.
And when I had the option to choose where I wanted to go to college, I kind of decided that I wanted to do my own journey. And by doing that, I thought it would be better to take a different option in NC State, where I felt most at home when I did my recruiting trips.
Now, was Todd there when you were?
He just
A
left
fresh-
before I got here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and same thing with Bobby?
No, I was coached by Bobby for
Okay,
a little
cool.
bit more than a year.
Okay, great. Yeah. He's we love him. We just had him on the show last month.
Oh, cool.
And
Yeah.
that UNCW just kicked the ever living crap out of everybody
Oh, I saw. That was
on
awesome.
both sides. Yeah, they're swimming
Yeah.
unbelievable.
That's cool. So
and
is this rivalry like crazy between the two of you then, like the Virginia NC State, or is it friendly, or is it heated? What's it like?
Oh, it's definitely rivalry, but I would say like we take it and we use it for something good. We use it to like challenge each other and become better. And I honestly did not think that I would have done that time this weekend if it weren't for Alexis, like pushing me and me hopefully pushing her to become better.
It was the race of the night. It was an easy call, and you guys delivered huge performances. It was awesome. It was very exciting to watch. And she's a senior too, right? So you guys have been going at it the entire time, for 4 years. So
one more time in a month.
Yeah.
She's sick of you. She can't stand you. Like, keep beating her. Come on. That's good though.
All right. So now, not to jump out of the 100 and into the 200, but do you like the 100 or the 200 better?
The easiest question ever. Definitely the 100 breaststroke. I do not like the 200 breaststroke. It's way too long.
And more pullouts.
Oh, yes. 200 breast and long course is better.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So you're excited about your last one then coming up. Is this going to be a retirement of the 200 after this, or are you going to continue it?
I want to say no, but I'm definitely going to keep doing it.
Okay, good. What were we going to say, Nate?
I was going to say, you guys in Abu Dhabi, you got to like swim on the relay with your sister, and you both had individual success being on the podium. She won the 100 backstroke, which I don't think a lot of normal swimming people would have expected her to win the 100 backstroke. Everyone thinks of your sister as a 100 butterflyer. But you guys had a stacked relay and you guys won both medley relays. What's it like to come together with your sister and take the lead off from her?
I mean, that's pretty cool to say that you're on a relay with your sister and not breaking but tying the world record. It's a pretty amazing feeling, and I'm very happy to have her there with me. And she's been supporting me since I was little, teaching me all this different meet that I haven't been in, that she has a lot of experience in. So it's such a comfort to just have her there. And I think that it's really good that we do not swim the same strokes, because then the competitor side, both of us, would get a little too intense. So I'm glad that I'm sticking to my breaststroke and she's doing all the other strokes.
Right. Yeah. That's funny. And your dad's a swim coach, right?
Yeah, he is.
So he's got to be like doubly proud to see like both of his daughters on the top of the podium together. That's like the ultimate thing.
Yeah, it was unfortunately that COVID stopped them from coming and actually watching it in person.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's a bummer. So how do we translate all this? I mean, you are very good long course, but I mean, you're one of the best in the world. So how do we get you on the top of the podium in Paris, you think?
I mean, that's a hard question. Keep working hard. I mean, I see that I'm taking the next step, another step each year, and I feel way more confident in my swimming, and especially in my long course swimming when I don't have to deal with all of these pullouts and turns, and
Mm,
where I
mm.
think that my weaknesses are. And I'm just trying to utilize that more in long course. And now when I'm soon done with college, I'm going to be able to actually train in long course meter pull,
Yeah.
like all year
All the
around,
time.
which I think is going to help me a lot. So I just think that working on the small details, and I think that's going to be the major key.
Right, I love it. Let's talk about the NCAA's real quick. The college scene. Where's your team position right now? How many qualifiers do you have? How do you feel about your team's situation?
I mean, on the women's side, I think we have the most qualifiers as we have ever had, and
Mm,
it's hard to determine since there's still a few conferences going on. Like, there's people in the bubble doesn't know if they're making it or not.
right.
But I definitely think we will be bringing the biggest group of ladies that we have ever had, which is really cool to even say. And not just
What
bringing
would
a
be
lot
that
of
number? You think that number would be what, like 15?
I think we will be around 15, yes.
Wow, that's
That's a big
competitive.
squad.
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
almost a full roster, which is really cool. And we
Yeah.
have a last chance meet this upcoming weekend, so maybe we will add some more to that squad.
Where did the team finish last year?
Sorry?
Where did you guys finish last year? What
We
position?
finished second after
Second.
after UVA. Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be another battle, I guess.
I hope so. That would be fun.
Do you guys talk about winning, or how does the team approach it going into something like this?
I mean, I hope that every team that goes there to do their best and to win. Yes, of course, because that's the ultimate goal. And we're just trying to see if we can get the depth that we have is pretty incredible. And I think it's going to be a huge benefit for us during this NCAA to not only have like a few of the best, but also have the depth in a lot of the different events. We're not only strong in breaststroke or only strong in backstroke. We have people in every single race, which is pretty cool. And I think that's where we as a team has really taken the next step.
Right. Other than yourself, who are a couple of names that, girls on your team that are doing exceptional this year? Give us a couple of names.
Definitely Catherine Burkhoff. She had an
Right.
amazing ACCs where she won the 100 back, and her time in the 100 free where she got third just after the UVA girls that race was pretty awesome to watch.
Mhm.
And her being able to come down to 46 seconds in 100 free was very, very impressive. And I'm excited to see where she can do with that in a month.
Right.
Other than that, we had a winner, what's her name? Abby Aarons won 200 butterfly. And last year she was a breaststroker on our team, but we had such a depth in breaststroke that we were like, oh, maybe she could do butterfly. And in a year, she managed to win the 200 butterfly at ACCs, which is very
Wow.
impressive.
Wow. Cool
I could go
story.
on and on. We have so many good girls. That's a few.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Do you watch closely these championships? We've got a list here of the Big 10, Big 12, Pac-12, these kind of other conferences that are going on. Do you keep a close eye on that or not really?
I mean, I'm not watching every prelims and finals, but I skim through the results. But I'm not watching every single race. That would be too much swimming for me. I need a break once in a while.
Yeah.
So what's
Absolutely.
after NCAA's? You're gonna go back to Europe after you graduate. You don't know where yet,
Mhm.
but what's on your calendar? World Championships,
Mhm.
Euros.
Yeah,
Both?
definitely. Those two are the ones this summer, and potentially ISL too.
Have you already qualified for Worlds?
I'm qualified in the 100 breaststroke. However, after I think it's 2 weeks after NCAA's, I'm going to Swim Open Stockholm. Trying to qualify in the 50 and 200 breaststroke too.
Right. So you haven't, I mean, I guess swimming in NCAA, you haven't done ISL yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
Are you excited about that? But have you been watching that?
Yeah, no, I definitely have. I think it's great, and I would love to be on a team this year.
Mm. What team was your sister on? She was on Toronto?
Yeah, Toronto Titans.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Wow. Good stuff. Well, what else, Nate? What else we got here? What else we want to know from her before she leaves?
What suit do you wear?
Sorry?
What suit do you wear?
What suit?
Yeah, what's your favorite suit?
Arena's Glide is my favorite.
So the swimsuit guy's not here, but I had to make sure I, ask that question for Sonny. But I also just saw your sister just signed with Arena as well, so
she did. Yeah,
congratulations to her. That's great. I think Kyle Chalmers did the same thing. He just signed. Those were the two press releases I got.
I think Arena are signing some people up. Is that something you'll be looking for after college season? Is to sign up with a big swimsuit company?
Or have you signed any NIL contracts or anything?
I'm not signed NIL contracts, but yeah, I look forward to seeing my options when I'm done with college swimming.
Cool.
All right, for all the swimsuit companies out there listening, come on, this is the girl. Sign her up. Let's get her going. Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, we won't keep you any longer.
Yeah.
We're just gonna talk a little bit more about what's going on in those the meets that started 2 days ago. But thanks for coming on, and good luck at NCAA's. And yeah, it was ACC's was one heck of a fun time to watch.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Have a good day.
Thanks, Sophie. Take care. Bye.
Take care.
All right, fun. She seems like she's pretty focused on finishing this off.
Have you ever met a Swedish person you don't like?
No,
not really. No. Yeah, man.
I tried to think. I mean, I gave that the justice it deserved, I thought, and I couldn't think of anybody.
Yeah, I have a lot of Swedish friends in the swimming world, and I haven't disliked a single one yet.
Have you been to Sweden?
No, I haven't yet.
Beautiful country.
Yeah, too. I have all these friends there, and
beautiful.
I never got there yet. So
you feel happy when you're there. It's like there's a relaxation when you're in the country. It's like everybody
they're relaxed.
Gets people. Along. Yeah,
they're just relaxed people.
There's no tension. You don't hear horns buzzing, and people.
She was very stress free. That's the way I felt.
Yeah.
So, there was just college swimming all over the world. I mean, going all weekend long here. Pac-12 for women, Big 10 for men, Big 12 for both men and women. Even though it's kind of like on the men's side, there's only 3 teams. We always talk about it. Texas just kind of walks all over everybody. And men's Ivies are going on. Women's were last week. So I guess let's just start with Big 10s. Did you get a chance to look at anything?
I mean, it glanced. Yeah, I'm seeing things, but I didn't memorize anything. What I'm seeing, I guess, the comment I want to make is that we're seeing a lot of fast swimming. Now, there's obviously fifth years that are back, the Louisville kid that won the 200 fly, Arthur's son, 5 years in a row, like that's unheard of. These things are happening now, but there's fast swimming going on. We're coming off the COVID year and into now the full racing calendar, the full training calendar. These guys have had a full year behind them, and now we're seeing crazy fast swimming.
Yeah, and there's a lot of foreign kids. These 2 German swimmers that are first-time swimmers in the NCAA. What's his name? Raphael Miroslav. He led off IU's relay last night, 131.8. That was a leadoff, for a freshman. That German kid is swimming real fast. Anna Elend from Texas swimming lights out on breaststroke. I mean, I know she's fast already, but I think she split 25.7 in the 50 breaststroke on Texas medley relay last night. So yeah, there's a lot of freshmen. We saw it in the ACC meet. We saw how many freshmen did Tennessee have winning events on both sides, on the men's side and the women's side. So it's not just fifth years, it's first years too. It's the whole entire thing.
That's true. A lot of young talent around right now. A lot of freshman talent. My gosh.
Yeah. Now we'll see who can double rest, right? Who's not resting that much. And if you are resting a lot for this conference meet, can you get back up and go back down again? We talked about it last week. Hopefully no one gets COVID and is out because I want to see all the stacked events, you know. The 2 fly for men is line, like that's going to be a marquee event for me. Like that, it's going to have some of the best tuner flyers ever to swim 200-yard fly, and they're going to be racing the crap out of each other. And they're not, these guys are ready. Like they're big time swimmers that have been on the international scene, swimming all over the place. They're going to bring it, you know. It's going to be Luca Orlando, Nick Albiero, Trenton Julian. I mean, this is just a 200 fly, right? It's like watching the Pac-12 relays last night, and you look at Stanford's relay, and it's Olympian.
Did they
Tori
win?
Husk, Taylor Ruck, Reagan Smith, Brooke 40. I mean, it's,
please tell me they won.
Oh yeah, they won. Yeah, they won. They won by like something crazy, 9 seconds or something.
On the 800 free?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, this is what they went. I wrote it down. Tori Husk, 142.5. Taylor Ruck, 142.0. Reagan Smith, 143.1. And Brooke went 142.4.
Wow.
Still over 4 seconds away from the NCAA record, which was Stanford as well. Simone Manuel, Ledecky, Leah Neal, Ella Easton.
They're not rested. I wouldn't imagine they're fully rested.
I don't think so either.
No.
So yeah, they just, each of them has to take a second off, and they can get near that record.
Yeah, that's crazy. Some fast swimming, man. But there's so much talent in the NCAA right now. It's ridiculous. Yeah,
Hunter Armstrong swam for Ohio State, lead off 20.4 in the 50 backstroke. And he's the top seed in the 50 free. From prelims this morning, he went 19.02. So he's the top dog.
Well, he's slow right now. That's a slow one. That's a slow conference.
I'm sure if we if we saw him, I'm sure he's probably got a nice mustache or something.
Yeah.
And then like the Texas meet is, they've always had kind of this built-in advantage where, at least on the Texas men's side, like you're swimming against West Virginia and TCU, and that's it, right?
Yeah, it's not a fun meet.
No, it's a lot of times when you go to the conference meets, like the SEC meet, it's completely different, and there's 12 teams, and it's very, very competitive, and you have this nervousness about that meet more so than the NCAA meet. And they don't have to have that, right? They can just kind of take this as a warm up and move on to the next thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure what this means. He's giving me the split, but then tells me that he jumps. So it's like, that doesn't really mean much to me.
It's so fast.
It's really fast. But I mean, really when you jump, it's going to be fast. Yeah, no, it's quick. I mean, that kid, we had him on the podcast. Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, there's just crazy fast.
Yeah, we just had Max McHugh is swimming NCAAs. We just had him on. Drew Kibler was like a month ago. He led off Texas relay 142.0 or 142.1. Carson anchored in 131.1.
132, yeah.
Yeah, so it's it's funny. You look at some of the times, and it's so. Every single relay guy is going 18 on the end of every relay.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you're not going 18, you're not in it at all. So,
I mean, I would hope so. Listen, I got to be honest with you. The 18 is not that impressive anymore. I went 18 25 years ago. I did. I went 18.6. I went 18.6 in a little swimsuit 25 years ago. All right, I'm not impressed by 18. I've seen 17.6 flat start now. Okay, like that's where we're at. Let's get some 17s going, boys. Like 18s is in the past. Stop trying to impress me with the 18s.
You got you got 2-3 steps that you can do off these long freaking ramps now.
Come on, like stop impressing me with the 18s. I did it 25 years ago. All right, 17 is where the money's at now. Let's go, boys.
How many people have broken 18 on a relay? Only a handful.
They have broken 18? I've only seen Dressel. Has other people done it? I don't think anyone else has been under 18. Even on a relay. I think there's been some 18
Someone
flat.
in the audience knows this.
There's been some 18 flats. I don't think anyone else has been a 17 split. I'll be honest with you.
You might be right. I don't know.
Dressel, yes. Morozov, he did? When did Morozov do this? Show me.
I think Morozov did go 17.
Did he?
Yeah.
I mean, he could do it. I'm not doubting Morozov couldn't do it, but
Yeah.
I don't remember it, but yeah. Well, two people.
It's hard to remember at all. All right, so those are my notes on what's been going on the last 2 days in college swimming. And then tonight, 500 free, 200 IM, 50 free, the first night of individual events. So it'll be exciting. We'll get to watch some more fast swimming.
And then next week we have the Marsh Effect at the Pac-12 men. Let's see what happens.
Yes. Why is their meet always so late? I feel like is always the one that's closest to the NCAA meet.
That's right. Eric, we're moving on, Eric. All right.
Eric won the Rowdy Gaines poster last week.
Oh, he did? Oh, good for him. Nice. There you go. Yeah, man. 17 is where the money's at. We're moving on. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, Marsh Effect coming soon. But yeah, this women's meet is going to be a fun one. Who's going to win this women's meet? Is it a slam dunk to Stanford or
yeah, it's a slam dunk.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's not even
Cal can't win it?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
All right, moving on. There's a war breaking out in Ukraine, and Craig Lord, who he used to do Swim Vortex for a long time. Now he's the SOS. He's probably the top investigative journalist that holds FINA and anyone that's a governing body to swimming, their feet to the fire. And he's such an important part, I think, of letting normal people like me and you understand what's really going on. And he wrote an article this morning about how like the Olympic Charter basically says like, hey, you got to protect these athletes. And therefore, you can't stick them in Russia. You can't have competitions in Russia if they're in the middle of a war, blowing up their neighbor. Yeah. So, Kazan has been the number one swimming facility for probably more meets than any other facility. High level meets, in
the last 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the guy who ran FINA before, he was, he gave Putin an award. I mean, he was BFFs with the guy. It was a very happy partnership. So, basically Craig Lord is saying like, hey, they gotta get these meets out of here and they got to figure out what they're going to do. And he was actually saying like Budapest might be too close, to have be sending athletes over, which would then jeopardize world championships in Budapest. So there's we'll see. It's you think that the this global calendar couldn't get more confusing with more delays and more global pandemic stuff and yada yada, but it just got a little bit more who knows what's going to happen. I think everything is on paper, like scribbled in there in pencil, and we'll see if we're going to actually have these meets where they say they are, when they say they are going to have them. So that was it. That's kind of it on that little note. And then,
there's the reality of, this could affect our livelihood, but then there's the reality of this is affecting people's lives. And I just want to send a shout out to Andrei Govrov, who's a friend of the podcast, been on it just recently. And he lives in Ukraine, man. And I worry about him and his family and his friends. And I just want to send my love to him. He's been on Instagram today. So if you guys can get a chance, follow him, send him your love, send him positivity. He needs it right now. And I don't know, man. I would not want to be in a country that has just been invaded. It's not a joking matter. It's not fun at all. And this is pretty serious stuff.
Is he in Ukraine or is he in Germany?
No, he's in Ukraine. That's where his family is. Yeah. He's there.
Yeah. It's just a nightmare.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Terrible. Anyway, well,
on the pod this week.
Yep.
Well, we had Jordan Crooks on Sunday.
Jordan Crooks was
after
cool. Yeah.
SECs.
Mm-hmm.
Talked all about his 100 free race strategy, how he breathes, what his strengths are, his underwaters, how much bigger he's gotten, what he does in the gym. You were just peppering him. You know, I was editing the thing and it was like, all right, clip, because you just kept asking questions and he just kept knocking them down.
Yeah, well, that's what I do, you know, knock them out. So,
well, we'll see him at NCAAs in a couple weeks. And then you just talked to Fitter and Faster's #1 swim clinician.
Clark
Top
Smith.
dog MVP, much better than Brett Hawk. So the reviews say. That's what I've read.
Oh, clinician was, yeah. Oh, absolutely. This guy's a stud. Clark Smith, if you can get a chance to go to one of his clinics, he is just killing it. Good man, polished, clean, 6'9", giant, Texas grad, you know, got it all. Olympic gold medal.
I haven't watched the whole thing.
Just his life. I mean, he's going into the Marines. He's going into officer training, and that's kind of like the next phase of his life. He's come out of swimming, done the pro thing, and now he's going into the Marines. And he actually went there and got COVID when he arrived, and they sent him home. You know, so he
so he has to do a little redo.
He's going to do a redo. So I think he's going back sometime in August to do the officer training for the Marines. So yeah,
OCS, gotcha.
Yeah, so there's that, and then but it was cool. Yeah, just kind of talking about his man. What a wild ride! You talk about someone who had a wild NCAA career, didn't qualify for NCAA's freshman year, sitting in the stands at Texas, watching the Cal men rip the title away from them under their nose in their own pool. He's in the stands watching freshman year. He comes back sophomore year and wins the 500. I mean, he's sitting in the stands one year, he wins the race the next year, then he doesn't qualify for the final the next year, and then he breaks the NCAA record his senior year in the 500 and the mile. It's like he was just all over the place. So we go through his career a little bit and the ups and downs, and he actually talked about something that was pretty interesting in terms of he had a kind of like a training complex. Almost like I likened it. It's not the same thing, believe me, but I likened it to kind of like an eating disorder where you have this, this crazy kind of view on, you're obsessive. It's like an obsessive view on food when you have an eating disorder. Well, he had an exercise disorder type thing where he could not go easy in workout. He had to go fast all the time. So he would get in and do these warm-ups and he'd be holding 52s for hundreds in warm-ups. And just like, what? Like he couldn't go easy. So it was it was like an obsession. So it was interesting to kind of dive into that. So check that. When are we going to release that one?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Come out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
It's out tomorrow.
Check that out. All right.
I'm going to lunch.
Are you planning to go to Chicago next week? Yes, I will be in Chicago. Got my air ticket already. I'll be there on Saturday for the 50 free with Bruno Fratis. So come say hi. Yeah, check us out. We'll be there.
Cool.
Yep. All right, guys. Take care. Thanks a lot.
See ya.